It's rancid.
Rude!
It sucks. It smells horrible.
It's not horrible. Actually, it's beautiful.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Fluttershy. I'm
Don't-
gonna put that entire video here.
It's a really good video. Don't call me Fluttershy.
That's Gummy! Hi, Gummy!
Hey, dude.
Oh, there's Fluttershy! My good friend Fluttershy! I'll go say hi. Hi, Fluttershy!
Hi, Pinkie Pie. What do you need?
Oh, I'm looking for something super duper special and secret. Do you know where it is?
I'm not sure. I'm sorry, Pinkie Pie. I'm trying to do something important myself. I'm not even sure what you're looking for.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just... Wait. You're hiding something.
I am?
Yes.
I wouldn't.
I'll be taking it from you.
I wouldn't say I'm hiding anything. I don't have secrets or.
There it is! The super duper special secret thing I needed. My Frasier crane balloon that depicts the titular character Frasier. Thanks, Fluttershy. Mwah!
Thank God. She can't know.
Yep, you're clearly Fluttershy pilled.
What?
By the way, I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about My Little Pony. Just as a clarification, I just know one really good animation that makes me laugh every time. Oh, and Two Snacks is pretty cool.
I was
yeah.
age appropriate to watch it when it was coming out, so.
Yeah. You also had the right genitals.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with being a brony, mind you, but I know what video we should link at the bottom.
What video should we link at the bottom?
It's what's her name?
Jenny Nicholson BronyCon
little
video?
Exactly. I wasn't sure if her name was Jenny or not. I don't know why I couldn't remember. I love Jenny. She makes great content. She has like that former manic pixie girl energy, but it's like it's barely contained beneath the surface. She's also funny, so I like it.
I don't know, I'd call her a current manic pixie girl. She's living that life.
Maybe. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Maybe I just don't know what that means. I always take that to mean like somebody with bright colored hair and is constantly carrying around pixie sticks filled with some kind of drug.
I mean...
I think I have a warped perception of things, though.
Yeah, a little bit. It's not quite that. It's more into the behavior. Those can be part of it, though.
She could never know. Yeah, so the YIIKs, we're going to keep going. Or I guess for everyone else, it's the new episode this week. Are you ready? Are you excited? Are you excited to be...
God, what the worst dungeon yet?
Uh-huh. I think it'll be the worst dungeon in the game by my recollection, but we'll see.
I sure hope it doesn't get worse from here. I'm ready.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, play.
I'm back in Blue Town.
Not for long. Oh, it's in between recordings. 3 cats have broken into my room, so Casper's probably gonna make another appearance. I don't know who is watching these. Because, like, nobody's subscribing, so I don't know if any of the views are concurrent. Like, isn't one actually keeping up to date? If you are, I don't know if you actually, like, want to talk. But if you literally just say hi in the comments, it would be deeply reassuring. Even if it's just, like, you. Like, one guy or girl or they, them, or what have you.
We would like to know if anybody else cares about Casper as much as we do. You're not here for YIIK, you're here for Casper.
It's not a skirt, it's a skort.
The things I said at the age of 7.
Yeah, well, that's clearly meant to be an adult. This is... I don't know why I'm like this. There's clearly, like, a normal way to get up here. I don't think this is intended. I mean, babe, I think you're supposed to throw your cat at it, but I'm just like compelled by the desire to jump over there. So I'm just gonna do this over and over again because I'm a deeply flawed human being.
You made it, and then you fell off.
I have a thing about jailbreaking that I'll never stop doing. Thus, the cyberpunk urge. If only I could get across this bridge. There must be a trick. Hey, stupid.
You just gotta do like a jump.
Yeah, but I also brought the bridge down. He could just do it himself. He can walk now.
No more eyes.
Look, new skull. It's just the skull with a crown. It doesn't even get a unique name like King Skull or King of the Skulls or
obviously King
Skull
Skull.
Servant. Yeah, it's just skull. I love you, noble
Stole
thief.
well. A whole wow.
I know, it A, removes a card, and B, it gives you a card in exchange for it, plus doing an attack that pierces. It is a fantastic card.
And this is one of the cards you got by cheesing the mine dungeon.
I wasn't supposed to have it yet. That's not really an eyeball noise. I would expect like a swishing noise or a glorp. I think I decided I didn't. By the way, I just want to point out this horrid track is playing again.
Yeah, we're back. We're back to the drum line.
Why are they like? Why? Look, I sincerely doubt the brothers would be able to make it through all of the terrible things I've said about them in their game. But if you are somehow listening to this and you are doing a new update, get the fuck rid of this and put anything else here.
You have
Put Let's
good
Kiss Like
music.
Dreamers. You have so many good tracks. You have a Undertale collection of good music. Put it here. Don't put this shit. This shit is awful. It sounds bad. It makes you sleepy. It's demotivating. Stop it. Put the good music in your game. You've successfully acknowledged the fact that your attempt to make Mario Party combat was both flawed and was never going to ultimately be executed well. Now recognize that you need to put good music in your game. It doesn't matter if it's a post. That was cool, by the way. It took an attack, but Claudio was already leaving, so he escaped the hit. That's pretty hype. Unfortunately, Claudio's jumps will sometimes make Michael like glitch out.
Oh,
Yeah.
by Michael.
This is gonna happen a lot. Problem A is because these fucking eyeballs are oddly fast, and enemies are getting faster and faster in a way which allows them to action economy the shit out of you. And B, this blind is making it so it's even harder to get your actions off. It's so sad thinking about how interesting the tutorial was, and now we're at dong dong the dong dong in a black void. Come on, man, where's the fun? Where's the colors?
Where's the song that
whatever.
haunted me for weeks on end?
What? You mean How to Vex Your Enemies?
I love How to Vex Your Enemies. It was
I
great.
don't know. I don't. Maybe that'll be the song we put here. I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you have
It's just
any recommend or any suggestions for the song that we'll be putting over this so that the listeners don't fucking lose their mind?
I mean, How to Vex Your Enemies, very good. I cannot remember the names of songs. This is a failure of mine.
Just anything. A song you like. Come on.
Put on I'm Just a Girl. That's what you should put on here.
What is that?
It's a song from the 90s.
So a song that's gonna get us copyright
Oh,
struck.
that's true. That's my actual issue.
Okay, never mind, Tol. Oh, look at that. By the way, you can give Carta and miss because he doesn't have a Carta. So this is me getting confused. Like, is there a mischance? What's going on?
No, you
I
don't
didn't
have
catch on
anything.
that. Yeah, because the way that system works is a little wonky. The skeleton makes a good little noise. I mean, I can
That's
make
the
a better
noise a
skeleton
skeleton
noise.
should make.
Hey, wait. Just for the brothers, if they want a skeleton noise, there, use that. I'll have to probably lessen that in the recording. I've got a few good zombie and skeleton noises from my time in tabletop. Oh, thank God we're out of the fucking noise. Yeah, this dungeon is full of crap. I hate this place. It's full of the awful pink slime, too. The slime that's not even like a meaningful mechanic. It's just annoying. There's no like prevention mechanic. It's not like that I could have bought galoshes or big boots so I could stampede through them. It's not like there's a movement mechanic that would allow me to, via skill, avoid it. You just have to walk through it and take damage.
It just sucks.
It deeply sucks. This is where I realize I should definitely put cards on them, and I don't know why I didn't.
Well, I mean, because you haven't been regularly losing party members up until now.
Well, I'll be losing them a lot now.
Because the dungeon sucks.
This is not a great hand. I'm rethinking what I've already done. That does so much damage, too. It does damage to the whole party, by the way.
Oh.
So it extra drains your resources.
You should be able to blow that up.
I can. I was just talking to the lady first. Are you a ghost? Why is it a terrified boy? That's clearly not a boy. That dude's jacked. That's a man. That's a dude. That's a guy. Not a boy.
Why did you hair whip that a monster?
Because I'm attempting to see if any of these fucking mechanics... Yeah, it's a good try. I wanted to see if any of these goddamn monsters have... goddamn, I screwed myself up. I wanted to see if any of the abilities have mechanics outside of being HM cut. And the answer is no. It's just the cat for some reason. Like, this is a nice track. This is fine. I mean, this fight's pretty dull. It's just fucking
Three
skeletons,
skulls
but
and one of
whatever.
them's got a shiny crown on, but still just a skull. Its icon at the bottom action track is also just a skull.
They didn't even add a new one.
Well, come on. I mean, I think if this is the case, then you should be able to steal his
Bleed for me.
Oh, by the way, Alex's feedback is fine. Bonk. I wanted to talk about things, but just listening to that one track for a minute has drained all of the soul out of my body.
Yeah. I just want to enjoy the new track. It's good.
Unfortunately, we're meant to be commentators and not just playing the game together.
Yay.
Look, we'll put the YIIK soundtrack on when I stream Elden Ring later because I haven't escaped my Elden Ring itch.
I don't think you'll ever escape Elden Ring.
No, I'll probably just bounce between it and the other Souls series. I've been going through the game doing a samurai run, which I'm probably going to make a video about this, and by God, now that I've said it, I have to, about how challenge runs can make games more interesting, and since the Soul series are the epitome of what RPGs do right on terms of replayability, my favorite thing is to try to do themed runs, such as I'm a Viking, or I'm a knight, or I'm a mage, or specifically like a Kareem Knight mage or something. And then I will attempt to only use weapons which would align with that perspective, or not perspective, with that identity. So in this case, I am a samurai, so I can only wear the samurai armor with some small exceptions. Stuff that like matches aesthetically or is also another kind of samurai armor. I can only use samurai weapons, so bows, katanas, the cross spear, the wakizashi, and I think that's kind of it. There's a couple katanas to play with though, and I've been having a lot of fun. It's also finally forced me to play through Elden Ring without a shield, a thing I really haven't done very much of. I've done a lot of weapon plus staff, and that works, but I have a tendency to fall back to going, I really want to use a shield right now. I want to hide like a little turtle. Because I'm
Though you did pick up the
shield-pilled.
turtle shield.
Yeah, I thought that'd be a fun, like on my back item, but ultimately it doesn't really fit my build and it's heavy, so yeah. Yeah, Toll suggested I go for an int-based samurai, so I'm going to be trying to use Moonveil and otherwise using the other int katanas. Should be fine.
I have a heavy
Moonveil's
bias
pretty strong.
for Moonveil.
Yeah, I was just gonna stick to normal and probably either go with like a bloody samurai gimmick or just go for like a jack of all trades. But Toll wanted to see Moonveil, and part of the reason is I'm just streaming it to like. This is how I seduce her, by proving to her I'm good at Dark Souls. It's the only thing that gets her all hot and heavy. It's either that or I put on the Five Nights at Freddy's costume.
Oh god, don't even insinuate that. Nothing to do with that.
Awful, right? By the way, traffic cone monster.
He's in a trash can. Why is this trash can in this cave?
I don't know. He's also not even like an interesting looking bot. He is like, whoa, wacky. He's one of the classic YIIK monsters, but he's not like. I'll give him credit because I've definitely put traffic cones on my arms and be like, yeah, it'd be cool if they were rockets though. So I think it should have been traffic cone wizard, and he should have had a beard and like cast traffic spells at you.
Traffic
That
spells would have
good.
been fun, especially with the speed-based mechanic. If the traffic spells impacted the action track.
Oh, that would be fun, yeah.
It just makes me think
Put
of
roadblocks.
the traffic cone crab in Cassette Beast. Really cool guy.
By the way, this guy's kicking the shit out of me.
Oh yeah, I noticed. You were like you lost so much health and then ran straight into him.
I had not been paying attention and didn't think it mattered.
And now you're getting your
I'm
ass
going
kicked
to
by
regret
a traffic
that.
cone.
Yeah, I'm getting fucked up by a traffic cone and a Pac-Man ghost who did way too much methamphetamines. Oh wait, I'm sorry. The funny drug nowadays is fentanyl, isn't it?
But no, it's still meth.
Yeah. It's because of the brake pads.
The brake pads. Oh god, I was talking with my coworker this last week about whether or not we could be an air traffic control person, and I had to say, yeah, I don't think I could ever do it because I'd never be able to stop thinking about what happened in Breaking Bad. And she had never seen Breaking Bad. And then was like, oh, I mean, I don't care about spoilers. Can you just explain it to me? I was like, no. Yeah, here's
A drug dealer caused a woman to overdose by not saving her and intentionally allowing her to die so that a man. Well, I guess this is a spoiler. I shouldn't say anything.
yeah, it's
Goth girls can never survive media. Shmuh.
this goth girl discrimination, and or also how Walter White's body count goes into the hundreds.
Technically not. You can't. I'd put them on him, but more actively, he wouldn't have like direct blame. Does not matter.
You are again going into a fight with no health.
Well, see, this is where I started to realize a problem, because I don't know if you noticed, but for some reason I used 6 slices of Supreme Slice to heal last time, so I'm rapidly running out of items. I don't know if you look at that, but I'm like out of HP items.
You're having a bad time in this quote-unquote side quest cave.
Well, no, this is the main quest cave. It's just stupid like that. Look, I'm literally out of items.
I noticed that Claudio isn't taking as much damage from all of the pink goo.
I don't. Maybe not. I don't really understand. I didn't look at Claudio's stats too long. He's quite useful. He's making a good replacement for Vela. I mean, Vela is obviously better for Superstar Michael for buffing him, but...
I mean, at this point, I think you're getting more value out of actually dealing damage on a turn and being able to avoid it.
The other problem is I should not be actually fighting these enemies because they fucking respawn.
Oh my god, they do? I don't think that was a thing before.
Maybe I'm misremembering, but I'm 90% sure I come back through here and the enemy is back again. Although maybe these guys kill me or something. Well, I guess we'll see. Keep an eye out, viewer, to see if I'm wrong. Did I show my ass?
Are we gonna see all of the deaths from this horrible dungeon?
Oh yeah, I didn't cut shit out.
Oh god.
I might cut when I go back to the home screen just so nobody can see all the games I'm playing.
I mean, this isn't even all the games you're playing, because there's also the games on the Steam Deck.
I play a lot of my Steam Deck. A lot of Morrowind recently. Been enjoying Open Morrowind and Tamriel Rebuilt. I was gonna try to get Project Cyrodiil going, but I'm lazy.
I mean, that's definitely something you
should-
can do after you finish this run.
Well, I think I might be done. I killed the Archmage, and now I can summon an army of Daedra at will. I'm at the point in which my power imbalance is I'm probably not going to die as a flying wizard who can turn invisible at the drop of a hat. But of course, that's Morrowind. It's an easy game.
It's an easy game once you get past the racism.
Yeah, once you get past the curve.
Oh, bless you, Claudio, for ending this. Save us, Claudio.
I know. Save us, Claudio. Yeah, so the amount of, like, money we're getting is not going to make up for the amount of healing items we're using.
Oh, is this where the money problem starts?
This is where the money problem starts.
I see. So you're definitely
We're
not
finally
supposed
here.
to be fighting all of these guys. You're supposed to be taking advantage of the stun.
I think you are. I think I don't know what they were thinking. It feels like they didn't test this place very much because it quickly becomes a very large problem. Also, look at this. This is not a puzzle. This is not a mechanic. They just put some shit in my way to annoy me, so I have to go whip, and then I have to bomb the rocks. But this isn't mechanics. This isn't a puzzle. You're just wasting my fucking time. This is bad. This whole dungeon should have been scraped out of the game. Yeah, I'll also be stuck here for a while and not figure out what I'm supposed to do.
Girl, how did you get down here without a bomb and a hair whip?
I don't know. Maybe she just jumped over them.
High stop sign.
Also, like, the enemies down here don't make any sense. We already had Trash Can Man, and now we just have Stop Sign.
I like stop sign.
What is
more
a
than
stop
Trash Can
sign?
Man. He's got a good vibe to him.
Oh, yeah.
Michael's already bleeding.
Well, he always is bleeding. It's because of his
I remember.
card. That's a consequence of Superstar Michael. So I think there might be a way to get more value out of Rory with Claudio's jump, since it removes him from the target list and gives an increased chance of targeting him. But there's still no way to cause priority, so you're still playing a 50-50 game.
And you don't want
Man,
Michael
that just...
to hit.
that guy just got evaporated. Bonk.
Yeah.
Bonk. I should probably give Claudio a poison apple card if I can get my hand on one.
I feel so excited whenever
It's-
Claudio gets to attack.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a really good little animation. It's enjoyable. It has successfully given him some kind of class identity that I like. Whoa, it's a mimic.
Oh no!
Once again, it's a mimic.
It's got a bunch of spoons. 284 health.
Yeah, that's just where I was realizing there's suddenly a problem, and I'm like, okay, we gotta
tighten up our strategy.
What did you mean by it has a bunch of spoons?
That's all the cards. All of the cards that has are spoons.
Oh, it has the YIIK card. Yeah, I don't like this mimic design, by the way. It's super boring. There's not even like anything to it. It's also not like a porn mimic either, so
It's not
I can't even
committed.
like make use of. Yeah, I can't even like make use of this.
This is a useless
I can't draw
mimic.
smut of this goofy goon. I can of that slime girl though, so you get a pass for now, Allenson brothers.
I mean, they also got Jocasta.
That's true. We got two. I can successfully engage the Yuri.
I think that Panda should also get sunglasses.
That would actually make this perfect to me. I wish I could make Panda more useful.
I now see where Claudio messed up the plan with Michael.
What?
Because he was up in the air when you did the first flash, so you had
Yeah,
to...
it didn't directly trigger it. Sometimes that happens and sometimes it works. I don't know. Bang.
Oof.
I don't know what people would be doing if not Superstar Michael. I'd be curious to see other people's playthroughs. I might have to go looking, but I don't want to like spoil myself. I'm a big fan of Dragon Jump though. If I could somehow make it so Alex could draw aggro, this plan would work very well. Come on. Oh look, he did. Oh, I guess it was an AoE, never mind. Because this fucking thing has AoE attacks. Bang!
I was like, why would a mimic have an AoE?
Oh. Usually, mimics are meant to be an ambush that hurt really bad, but that was just annoying. Oh, look, a hiking stick. It's an
New
equipment
Claudia weapon?
that... No, it's just an equipment.
Uh,
Boosts your luck and your agility.
I don't know. I can't
Which-
look at a hiking stick without going, I could hit someone with this.
I mean, you definitely can. Some of them are meant for that. I don't know. Honestly, equipment does not feel meaningful in any way, especially because the number changes don't seem important.
The number.
I give Claudio the straw hat because he definitely would be a One Piece fan.
Yeah, the stat numbers are so abstracted from gameplay. The fact that especially you're getting only single or double digit improvements.
Yeah, and I don't, like, I already start with, like, hundreds of points in each stat, so I don't even know, in terms of quality, what that means or represents.
It doesn't seem to
This
actually...
is me. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Look up there.
Minus $200? Did you just spend $200
You just saw me.
to heal?
Yeah, it just stole $200 in order to give them back, like, 5 HP.
Oh, no.
And then I realized I still have those family meals that didn't count. And look at me, I'm like, wait, I just stole $200 from my pocket? And this is about where I realize I need to reload, because the moment I have to heal again, well, fucking obviously, I just lost $200. And, like, that's not even, like, a good number for the amount of healing I just did. If it was, like, $20, I'd be like, fuck, that's annoying, but that's fine. That was a full stack of Supreme Slices and some. Like, I just got fucked. That's a terrible mechanic, and I would have rather it just said you don't heal. Because, like, this is, I think, because I jumped back down going, well, that wasn't it. And then I run over this. I take one tick. I hit heal, and it takes $250. I'm convinced it's random. It just takes some money away from you to heal. This is where I'm swearing. I'm yelling, and Casper's going, meh.
Who wouldn't be swearing? That sucked, and there was no warning or prompt given from it?
Every time YIIK does something smart, the Allenson brothers correctly, like, execute a good idea, suddenly they come in and on their own idea, they take out the knees with a baseball bat. By the way, you can't open a chest unless you're looking at the front.
A collectible
Look, I got a pog!
Hoping to find some money in these boulders?
I'm trying to figure out what the solution is so I don't have to do this again, but I'm rapidly getting angry, muttering to myself and such. And then realizing, I didn't break the 2 rocks that let me jump down, I just happened to not break them, because at this point, I'm furious. What a stupid mechanic.
Thorough enough.
And then I realized, oh, I'm stuck on the pink goo again. This pink goo I can't avoid. God fucking damn it. Why? Why is the game like this? So I took 2 ticks, I hit heal, and this time it's $100. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, this is where I go, yeah, never mind. I'ma just reload. Incidentally, Citizen Sleeper is really good. Anno Mutation, one of the other games on there, not good. Suicide Squad, actually quite good.
Excellent
Me and Toll have
game.
been playing it.
Great time.
For the price of free, I've had a good time. If I had spent like $30 on it, I'd have still had a good time. I think the cash shop is slightly obtrusive, but not that badly, and the battle pass system does work correctly. It's got good itemization. There's good mechanics for like making your character how you want. All the characters play differently. The dialogue is fairly well written. Yeah, you can see, I'm really getting mad at this point. Yeah, Suicide Squad's pretty good. I don't know why people don't like it. Maybe it's because of the wokes or something.
But the wokes don't like
Oh,
it.
they also have a bunch of free queer squins that are all really good.
They put a lot of thought into them.
Yeah, there's a good Harley one that's really nice, and the King Shark's got a good one. Oh yeah, also King Shark is mwah. So is Mrs. Freeze. Good game. It's not like amazing. I wouldn't say it's like 10 out of 10, but it's like 8 out of 10.
It's a fun thing to play with your buddies.
Yeah, me and Toll will keep playing it once in a while, and we'll laugh and shoot things.
And swang.
Sometimes
I picked up...
and swang.
Swang. I picked up the Joker, who has an absolutely insane movement tech, which is a rocket umbrella, which you ride and glide and slide on. I can't control it quite yet, but you get a lot of speed.
Mrs. Freeze plays like an actual ice character who like slides around on ice platforms and launches herself around, and it's got really good speed and momentum. It feels great. King Shark is just the Hulk from Ultimate Destruction, the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. Captain Boomerang is a mixture of a speedster and a teleport character, and Deadshot is a jetpack boy.
I didn't realize that another character in the cash shop is Lawless, and Lawless is just Deadshot's daughter.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, that's who that is.
Oh, that's nice.
How are you even supposed to get these chests?
So yeah, I am getting angry, and my ability to perceive information is rapidly declining. Because it looks like I should come down here and throw my cat to get it, but then it just bounces.
You're not on the correct fucking Y level.
Yeah, it's the perception of the plane. It doesn't look how you think it looks, and it's actually closer, and they didn't like correctly label it. It looks like more of a puzzle than it is, because there isn't a puzzle. You just pull the levers and then step on the button.
You don't even have
and
to
look,
use
white
Panda.
girl camera. White girl camera. White girl camera.
For baby girl Michael, our favorite white girl. It's definitely a mimic.
This is me realizing this dungeon is definitely filled with mimics, and I start swearing.
Yeah. That mimic was a pain in the ass. I can see Claudio being like the focal point of somebody's party build with his jumps, but you get him so late.
Yeah. Well, I think we're only like halfway through the game, so it's not that bad. I mean, we're still missing 2 characters. Should be Asuka and the Crow. Although, for all I know, Vela will show up, and so will Zack and Sephiroth.
I mean, Vela, I remember Vela coming back.
Not Vela, Sammy.
Sammy, yeah.
Wait, no, Sammy. That's weird. There's not enough slots there. There's the Crow, there's Sammy, and then there's Asuka. So, I don't know.
I mean, I don't think I think those slots just represent the like how many people you are going to have all at the same time, and you're not going to have.
Watch how much money I'm spending on food right now.
Oh my god.
Supreme slices cost $135 for 10. I spent $250 in order to heal them all by like 10 points. I don't know what that auto heal button is, but I've started to realize it's not trustworthy.
We're having a chit chat.
Let's take a break here.
Yeah, we're gonna have. So I'm gonna be partially talking over this because this to me displays that the Allenson brothers don't know shit about anime.
Oh, it's this scene. This is where the scene is happening.
I've been interested in missing people for a while.
Because I've been staring at these anime girls trying to figure this out, and as I was playing, I started Googling around to remember, and I can't figure out what they're doing with those 3 girls, as they appear to be referencing magical Madoka, but in reality, what he's talking about as an anime does exist. I have it written down here so I don't lose track. So there's 2 animes it's most likely attempting to reference towards, which are the predecessors to Sailor Moon, which are Cutie Honey and Princess Knight. Not shows anyone besides the craziest of anime fans would know anything about, but they're both involved in the genre being formed. And also, a lot of Sailor Moon is largely based off of tokusatsu, which is to say, Sentai stuff. You know, like, if you don't know what I mean by that, it's like Power Rangers. Now, I think this is a very charming detail, Claudio. Shoujo Haru no Shimai. And to me, it sounds like they're just trying. It sounds like they're trying to talk about Madoka, but Madoka is way older. And like he's mentioning Sailor Moon, and then he says,
"Oh, you see, man, that's where you're wrong.
By the way, I've had this reaction about anime before. I think I did this yesterday.
You did do this yesterday about Trigun.
While the anime premiered in 1985 in the US, there were already episodes of this magical series in production in Japan in 1977. Without this series, it's unlikely that Naoko Takeuchi would have written Sailor Moon. This series was revolutionary for its time and set the animation and writing standards for everything since. You see, each of the sisters' relationships with father seasons is different. Each one relates to him in a different way.
Do you think you could recite this word for word to somebody and would they think it's real?
Would they? I don't know. Yeah, so the way he's talking, as I said, sounds like he's talking about fucking Cutie Honey. And a mixture of that and Madoka. And I just...
blows my mind every single time.
I don't know. It's not like a real show.
There's an episode, season 16,
but
episode 309, called Run Run Harunatsu, in which the Spring Sisters have to experience their powers as if they have been purely seasoned witches.
What?
This proves to me that...
Dude, this sounds like literally the
Yeah,
most
that's so mean, Rory.
yeah, exactly. See, if they were going to actually do something with this, there should have been a scene later in which Claudio gets them all to sit down and watch the anime, and then Claudio, Michael, and Rory get into a big conversation about it, and Alex is really quiet, only for Alex to suddenly speak up and passionately defend some point, and them to all look at Alex, and then Alex get all embarrassed about it.
Oh yeah, that would
There's
have
like
been good.
like something like that. That would have been fun. There's a good idea here. And instead of working on it, Rory goes, "You're just a dumb faggot."
Bowser!
I can't
even
believe
have
I even
this-
had said this to you. So stop talking.
Yeah, shut up. Like, what? They're supposed to be friends. Friends don't say that to each other. They acknowledge their autism and, like, try to talk about it. You'd think that Alex, and Mr. Japanese man, would be interested in anime, but he doesn't even say anything. At least they made the effort to have Rory and Claudio interact. Here's another complaint about Persona 5. If you are a Persona 5 fan, you're never going to be able to defend this point. I want you to think about Persona 5 as hard as you can and try to think of details about the characters as they interact with each other that isn't about the protagonist. Or even try to think of times in which the party is interacting without you involved. In comparison, Persona 3 and Persona 4 to a lesser extent, has a lot of moments where the characters are interacting in a way that you can obviously describe the personalities and feelings of their relationship. And now I'm going to be Claudio. In particular, with Persona 3, because you have the Iwatodai dorm set up so that you're coming home and all of your party members are there, they are forming cliques. Every day, or not every day, but most days, they move and have new forms of dialogue. They are sitting with different people, and as their relationships develop with each other, they actively move around the building and change their position. Originally, Mitsuru spends all her time with Akihiko because she's being socially, like, ostracized by Miss Pinky and Fuka, who doesn't really have control over this kind of thing. But as Mitsuru and Yukari start to bond, they start to hang out, and then Akihiko, who is a natural loner, starts to be by himself, and he's happy about it. He's fine. He was only hanging out with Mitsuru because Mitsuru was lonely. This is a small, tiny little character detail, but there are so many of them. You know that, like, the dog, Koromaru, has preferences on who he wants to hang out with, and he will not go on a walk with you depending on who's doing what on what day, because he's like, excuse me, I'm hanging out with Aigis right now. I don't want to go on a walkie. And that part of the game is what makes those characters feel so alive. Because if you are focusing on them, they feel like people. They grow, they change. And the problem with Persona 5, by and large, is that these characters do not change outside of their initial arcs. And past the point of her beating up the pedophile is then effectively the same character until the game ends. And her social link it's confidant, has nothing to do with her as a character. And it doesn't change her or interact with her. While her persona evolving is just because you smooched her real good. Meanwhile, in Persona 3, all of their personas evolve as the plot demands, as they become more mature, as they overcome problems with themselves, they grow, and that is deeply impressive and cool. And then Persona 5 is just like, yeah, you like smooched them, so now they got an extra. Now the 13-year-old has a alien spaceship instead of a thing. She's got an orb or a triangle or whatever. I don't fucking care. It's dumb. It's a dumb version of a thing you already have access to, and it's why I do not like Persona 5 very much. Because it is a struggle to point at that and go, well, the sidekick, the mascot character is worse. A lot of those characters are effectively just a character from Persona 3 or a character from Persona 4, but not done as well. Like, Yosuke, or is it Yusuke? There's both a Yosuke and a Yusuke in 4 and 5, and I can never get them together. Whatever. Mr. Painter McAutist is essentially just Akihiko. He's just Akihiko. They've just given him a different thing he's autistic about. He's hyperfixating on being an artist instead of being a fighter. And that otherwise they're identical, except he's stupider, so he's like, whoa, I want to paint you naked because I appreciate art. It's not a sex thing. I'm just weird like that. And no. Do you know what my favorite detail about Akihiko is, Toll?
What?
He doesn't care about girls. He does not care about girls until Junpei makes it a competition. And then he starts taking it seriously. Not because he cares, but because Junpei made it a thing about being a man. And now Akihiko's like, well, I can't lose to Junpei. So then you can go into his room and find out he got a book on how to pick up chicks exclusively because Junpei said something like that. That's an arc. He has a character growth moment without you ever interacting with it. And that game is filled with it in comparison to Persona 5. That's just a really fun roller coaster. But if you stop to think for a moment, you'll go, wait, what the fuck's going on? Also, as I said, I hate the mascot.
Oh, I'm on a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's... Oh, right, this isn't like a world where I feel things about these characters. I'm just supposed to nod and go, haha, yeah. Similarly, Persona 5 also fails to hit the same notes, and it's just Yukari, but worse. Makoto is just Mitsuru, but worse. Makoto's main character trait is being the actual leader of the party. And I could go for a while. I do not like Persona 5. I, in fact, think it's a waste and largely shows to me that Atlas is uninterested in creating new things. It's just trying to repackage old ideas that worked for a wider audience. And then Persona 3 Reload is, what if we made Persona 3 but it's Persona 5 now? And I haven't looked at Reload at all. I refuse to look at Reload because why would I want a worse version of the thing I have where they split off part of the game to sell back to me? No thank you. I'll just play 3. There's nothing wrong with 3.
I'm dead.
FES has no problems outside of a few niggling issues, and if you're not willing to believe in your party, you will get fucked by the AI. But that requires you to not believe in the party, because if you do, they will usually do what you need them to do. I have beaten the game on hard mode. It's not that big of a deal. A lot of it's just a meme because people are too stupid to properly use characters.
I mean, people aren't used to trusting an AI character in a party.
They're like, well, Mitsuru keeps using Marin Karen. Yeah, because they're vulnerable to it. You shouldn't be bringing her into those sections to begin with. Also, she loses Marin Karen pretty quickly, so sounds like a skill issue.
I can tell how far you got.
Well, no, they just stopped using her because you can validly do that, and they just forgot about her as a character.
Why was it? Why was that? I guess I just haven't noticed the retribution animation before, but it was pixel Rory.
Yeah, it makes a little pixel art Rory hit them. I don't know.
It's very cute.
Because he's a video game designer? I don't know. As I said, the pacifism thing could be removed, and he could have like the virtual, not the Virtual Boy Gauntlet, the power glove, the old Nintendo. He could have had a power glove. That would have been fun. I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, am I briefly thinking about it? Am I thinking about it? I'm thinking about, I'm having...
Tanking Claudio?
I'm trying to think about whether or not it would be funny to make Claudio into the tank. Or not the tank, into the piercer. So that he can dragon jump. But after thinking about it for a while, I back out of the plan. Oh, here, I'll finally show it Claudio.
Try?
Yeah, just so I can show her. Yeah, I mean, Persona 6 should have been announced about 5 years ago, and instead they've just been announcing fucking Persona 5 after Persona 5 after Persona 5 title. Because they're milking it. And they're not going to stop milking it because they're Atlas. They're a bad company who sucks. Just because they have good developers does not change the fact that they suck. If you're a queer woke lefty like me, if you're one of them woke types, allow me to give you a reason to not like them. Persona has a long history of queer characters. Persona 2 has a gay character in it. There's other things. I'm not going to get into it. Doesn't matter. So in Persona 4, whether or not you've played it or not, one of the characters is openly a bisexual man who doesn't realize he's either, and then is more repressing the fact that he has homosexual urges, that he's a gay. He has gay thoughts about big beefy man. And then as he meets Naoto, who's a more butch woman, he realizes he's actually attracted to women as well, and it's more complicated than that. And there's clearly an awakening in him as he starts to acknowledge that his existence is more complicated than society demands. So it's a real shame that you can almost see the moment that someone on high realized what was going on, that there is an entire dungeon in that game in which it is filled with giant, buff, naked men enemies, and you have his shadow screaming at him, accept it, you're a big gay, you're a gay man, you're a big gay man. And the plot is attempting to revolve around this idea that he needs to accept this part of himself, yada yada yada. So, it's a real shame that Golden and almost every piece of media after this is attempting to slide away from that, except for Persona 5 or Persona 4 Arena. Arena does not do this. It's like, oh, we don't want to acknowledge the fact that he likes dick. We can't do that. And more importantly, people were able to dig through the game and find out that they were clearly aiming to have Persona 4 have gay romance paths. There is dialogue in the game, there is code, the whole 9 yards. They were intending it, and then they said, no, you can't do that. We don't want them gays. So, if you've ever wondered why can't I date the homies, this is why. Oh, but don't worry. Persona 3 Portable, when they did the female version, they made fucking sure that you could date the 12-year-old boy. But,
oh god, I hate thinking about that.
Yeah, I think about it a lot too, especially because Ken is not a character who should be romanced. He's a little guy. He's just a little guy. And the fact that you're weird, bad, I don't like Atlas, and they are not worthy of you giving them your respect or even giving them their money. Maybe things have changed. I've heard Metaphor is a really good game. I haven't played it, and I'm willing to give it a chance when it's very cheap. But I have no faith in them, and I'm only interested in their older titles where there wasn't someone reaching over their shoulder going, don't you put any gays in this game. Which...
How much of your party is currently equipped with blue leather jackets?
I don't know. I keep getting them, and they're better than what I have, so... It's like getting mithril mail, I guess. Yeah, I don't trust companies, with the exception of FromSoft. As long as Miyazaki is at the charge of FromSoft, you can trust FromSoft. Don't trust anybody else. And also don't trust Miyazaki. Know that he will lie to you. But if he is lying to you, it's probably good for a good reason.
It's because he wants to go tee-hee later.
Yeah,
he's so excited to laugh at you, and you go, oh my god, I can't believe you've done this.
Let me give you a good story about a Japanese businessman instead of Atlas and Square Enix and all that. So, Miyazaki loves lying. He loves lying more than I can possibly explain because he's a trickster god who has taken human form. He's a deeply funny man because of this, because it's so strange to see him behaving this way. Elden Ring is going to be the example I'm going to use, but there's other points of this. So during Elden Ring's launch, he made claims that, oh yeah, if you if you know what you're doing, you can go through Elden Ring in about 30 hours. If you're just, main pathing it, 30 hours. That is a bold-faced lie. I have played through Elden Ring at least half a dozen times, and I, even attempting to go fast, cannot get to endgame before like 50. He was lying out of his teeth so people thought the game was smaller than it was, because he thinks it's funny. Similarly, as the DLC was coming out, he was like, oh, the DLC, it's only about the size of Limgrave. It's a little bit bigger than Limgrave. Limgrave's a pretty big area, and people are like, oh, that's a little small, though. That's a little disappointing. And then it turns out that the DLC area is about half of the game total. Maybe more. It's like 60% of Elden Ring. It's fucking massive. It's bigger than it's definitely bigger than Dark Souls 3. It is a massive piece of content. And the only reason he said that was so people would go, that's a little disappointing. And then not realize, wait, how many fucking maps are there? How many new zones are there? There's 100 new weapons? 18 new weapon classes? What the Miyazaki, what? And that's because he's Miyazaki. Great company. They love the queers also. They've had a long history of putting queers in games. The one I can immediately point to is Dark Souls 1, obviously. It has both Gwendolyn and Black Hat Ferris. Black Hat Ferris being a they, them, and Gwendolyn being some kind of trans. But, if you need to understand how woke they are, fucking Armored Core has base palette colors that are different queer flags. So, they aren't playing around. They understand. They like the queers. So give them a thumbs up. Give them your money. Do not give your money to Atlas. Wait, what? Oh yeah.
You did it again. You did the exact same thing again.
Yeah, I just went on my anti-capitalist scree about Japanese game companies because they mostly fucking suck. I mean, Western companies also suck. It's just the Japanese form of suck is deeply offensive to me.
Because they've got the ideas and the creative culture that come out of Japan in terms of both video games and animation are completely different than what comes out of the West.
Yeah, it's because of the cultural oppression and suppression they have to suffer and yada yada. If you want to understand, also to keep on the queer topic, which is definitely alienating some listeners, and I'm sorry, listener. When the big Poke leak came out, it was confirmed for a fact. By the way, look, the game broke.
Yeah, you did the puzzle reset, and it also brought all of those rocks back in the save room.
Momentary panic, because I don't know. I will figure this out, but this is where I'm now swearing loudly. Oh yeah, anyway, if you played Scarlet and Violet, you would know that game has some of the queerest designs you've ever fucking seen in your whole life, and is designed by the Bayonetta creator, who is very much in that wheelhouse. So it might be slightly surprising to learn that the documents proved that they were actively told none of them woke types. No mention of gays, no mention of any of that. We don't do that here. And that is largely why there are these weird gaps in the games where you could go, hey, wait a minute. Nope, no, you're not supposed to think about it. Some stuff has obviously slid past without them having control of it, but, Nintendo in general has been better than some. Obviously, the newest release of Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door has the correctly translated version of the Vivian dialogue, as it originally attempted to hide the fact that she's trans. It no longer are hiding the fact that she's trans because she's not. She is. That's what her character was. That's why she was being bullied. That's the whole thing. And of course, the bigots immediately went, actually, it doesn't really say that. It says something. No, they literally call her an Odonoko. They could not be more clear about what they are saying about her. And, yeah. So that's good. I mean, Birdo has been trans representation for a really long time, although they've tried to sweep that under the rug, just like how Capcom wants to sweep under the rug that Poison Ivy / Poison is. I don't think her name is actually Poison Ivy. I think it's just Poison. The Final Fight character eventually joined the Street Fighter cast. The prostitute who looks fucking banging, she is trans. And I don't know why they want to, like, maybe they've come back around on trying to hide it. I hope they have, because, I don't know, maybe some people would be like, well, it's stereotypical and harmful to say a trans person is a prostitute, to which I say, no, she's cool, she's independent, she gets to be her own fucking character, and more importantly, she's badass. Oh, but she's got...
And this is accurate to the times.
Yeah, oh, she's got a banging body? Oh no. Oh no. The game where Chun-Li exists, a character who's 40% thigh and 30% ass. Oh no. Oh no. Shut up. Oh, how could they make Bridget trans? How could they? Femboy erasure. Idiot.
Only femboy erasure if you're a fucking coward.
Mm-hmm.
And we're back here. Finally, because you decided to go do the entire other part of this dungeon instead of coming back here.
Because I was hoping I didn't need to come in here and it was optional. Look, I'm trying to break the game as usual.
You've almost got it. Aw, come on.
I'm having thoughts. I'm not going to play by the game's rules, I'll tell you what. Yeah, God, I got all about this again, didn't I? Yeah, the Japan does in fact have queers in it. They're obviously just not being given much of a platform, although things are getting better, so that's good. But that doesn't fix the shitty practices and behaviors. And there's a whole conversation to be had about rainbow capitalism and how rainbow capitalism is inherently harmful and doesn't actually help queer people all that much. Representation is good. Having a trans flag in your game is not bad or something, but it's not helping much of anything in a lot of cases. In more cases than not, it's actively going to end up just pissing off a bunch of people, which is good, because typically, this is a little trick for game developers and types. The reason why you want to do that is because you can shank all the bigots out of your game really fast. If you put a trans flag in the game, all the bigots are going to go, "Meh," and then they're going to go away. And of course, there's a lot of them because gamers have been getting radicalized for really long. But there's not that many of them, and more importantly, they'll just end up showing their ass. Oh yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is a terrible video game, they say about game that sold more copies than Sex 2 even. Meanwhile, oh yeah, this game did really well, they say about a 7 out of 10 game just because it's got tits and ass in it. You want to shake those people out of your communities. Because A, they're dominant, B, they're breeding grounds for Nazis, and C, this is important, they aren't very good customers. You don't need them.
They will turn on you in a heartbeat.
Eddie, sort by controversial.
I love Eddie sort by controversial. It's so fun.
I should have it done by this point. So, just as a little point of how people are, Marvel Rivals recently added some kind of emblem or tag or skin or something in which Captain America can put down what looks like a trans flag, and it's probably not intentional, but it definitely does look like the trans flag. And some people were like, dope, yeah, Captain America is in fact an ally. There is a long-running history of Marvel being heavily political towards progressive movements and specifically being against bigotry. X-Men is all about that. The most recent run of Hulk I read, Immortal Hulk, filled with trans characters. There's all sorts of them. Captain America is the exact kind of person who's explicitly against bullying people based on who they are. The whole part of his, why he's the patriot, talking about the American dream and all that. So it does make sense perfectly for that character. However, you can imagine the wokes or the anti-wokes are trying to shake their fist and get it taken out of the game so they can claim they have power. Or, actually it's not intentional, so it doesn't count. Or, and I happened to stumble into this on a post, and I'm currently in the process of making a little bit of art because this person made me laugh really hard, it was just some Venom main who on the top of the post said, Eddie sort by controversial, and it made me howl with laughter. So hopefully I put the picture up that I should have done because inspired me.
I think you should also put the screenshot, because I think the fact that directly above this is a comment from a moderator or a moderator bot about how the comments have been locked.
Yeah, because the transphobes were immediately doing what they do. Reddit is immediately went downhill because the bigots have decided they've won and the bots are out, so they feel powerful again, despite the fact that they're largely talking to their allies who aren't real, or are the same guy running 45 accounts out of a bot farm in the middle of New Desta, Texas. I think that's where it is. You can actually look it up. Most of the bastards you'll see on like Reddit and Twitter are either AI, and if they're B, human, they're coming from specific buildings where they pay typically undocumented immigrants to just shit out tons of these terrible comments over and over again. It's certainly a problem.
What is the point of this bridge?
I used to be against I don't know. I used to be against the dead internet theory because I largely thought it was nonsense. And I have 180'd. It's completely real. I've seen obvious validated proof that they are, in fact, not places you can find real people anymore. Facebook openly has AI accounts pretending to be real people. We are past the point of parody. Don't use social media, folks. Don't even use Reddit. I only use Reddit because I have an intense need to argue with people. So, that, and I have to keep track of video game news somewhere. Yeah, you can see how confused I am. I think I picked up
Who the hell's the key?
I think I picked it up and didn't notice. Yeah, look, I have the dungeon key, but I don't know when I got it.
What?
I don't know. I don't know where I picked it up. I just realized I have it at one point. Man, I did the political thing, and I admonished you for doing it. Oops. Oops. Oopsie poopsie.
Oh, I think it's worth it to get Eddie sort by controversial. And we had to get through this dungeon somehow.
Yeah, I needed to have a conversation point. So sorry, listener. I hope if you are a queer type currently living in America, I'm sorry. But more importantly, don't kill yourself. You gotta keep living. Not because it matters to me, although it very much does. Not because the other people around you love you, although I bet you $1 billion dollars they do. You should do it to spite the haters. Spite those haters and losers. Stay alive, if only because it means you may get the opportunity to spit in Trump's eye, and then,
Yeah, we just really want to see these old, rich, evil men have a nice time.
Yeah, we're gonna buy them a nice spaghetti dinner. Laced with...
Nice spaghetti dinner. I mean, at this point, it's a numbers game. They're all so fucking old.
Yeah, then Trump might not even make it through the 4 years, then we have to listen to J.D. Vance. A man
I think J.D. Vance is easier to bully.
Yeah, especially because he was previously progressive until he realized that grifting makes you a lot of money.
And he I can't believe he... how much do you know about Hillbilly Elegy?
I know plenty. Don't you fret.
It's like, what an insane book to publish. What an insane way to try and, gain traction in a political movement by talking about the people that you're supposed to be trying to scam.
I will remind you that Vivek Ramaswamy, a Indian man, attempted to, grift these people and succeeded until Elon Musk, a South African man, was able to be so vile he was able to get rid of them. Oh yeah, if anyone's ever wondering why Mr. Nazi Musk made his Nazi salute, I'm sorry, Roman salute. He isn't...
Which is just another way to say a fascist salute. They're like, oh yeah, it's just a Roman salute. Yeah, it's fascist.
Yeah, he's just doing the salute from the Mirror World in Star Trek. Those
the
things...
fascist one?
Yeah, by the way, the Roman salute's not real. It doesn't matter. He didn't do that explicitly because he's a Nazi, although... He is, in one sense or the other. He did it because he currently had a large outlier of right-wing haters who were really mad at him because he said H-1B visas were cool. So he did that as part of like a press to be like, no, I'm with you. I'm a Nazi. See, love me.
Look at how this movement
Hey,
perfectly
look up there.
mimics
There's like a thing up there. I immediately noticed it and go, that's not supposed to be there.
First, look at there's also that disturbing face in between the pillars.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about the Elon Musk salute is that I've got a gift that I should share with you in order to stick it here. It lines up perfectly with salutes done at modern Nazi.
Oh yeah, yeah, because he knows what he's doing.
He practiced. It's 1-to-1. And did you see that the priest in Michigan who was defrocked for doing so?
Oh, it's Elon Musk is just doing everything in his power to retain power because he's rapidly on a decline, and it does look like he's going up, but he's not. He has rapidly burned all of his bridges. He is now one of the most hated people in Canada, which is good because I've been screaming about this for a decade. Yeah, this whole Trump pretending that tariffs are about something because in reality, probably his son explained to him the fact that the water wars are soon, and that if America has all the water, that would be good. Also the minerals and whatever. So he's trying to like make some excuses before a year or two in. We're gonna see some real bullshit. Expect World War III any day now, unfortunately. And boy, that has had some consequences. I'm really hoping that it means that politically we're going to remain in left-wing / moderate to left-wing control for the next chunk of time. Because, it doesn't matter anymore.
What's that
Important.
stench?
I can shut up now. I'm sorry for the politicals. You're all allowed to come kick me in the balls if you can find me, listeners.
I don't smell anything bad.
So all of the things
Hey,
I was talking
Alex?
over was old,
You
by the way,
okay?
in case you're curious. This
This is new.
Howdy!
Ooh. Oh no. Oh no, this is the perfume. Oh
I
no.
wouldn't touch him if I were you.
It's also another Alex.
Lest you become similarly trapped by
Nostalgia.
What a good line read. Oh, I'm so excited. Why is he dressed like
Like a gay British
power
cop.
pop? Yeah, like a king of pop British cop.
Had I known you'd be coming too, I'd have dressed as a plumber, not as a constable.
I'm so excited.
Silly me, for leaks simply were not on my itinerary.
Oh, I've been a very bad boy.
Oh no. Rory!
Yeah, so now we understand what the roses thing was.
Truly an inspirational sight. I didn't know the Parallel were capable of making friends. I am impressed. Brava, child! Really didn't think you had it in you.
Claudio, this has gotten too weird for me. We should just leave.
Tell me, what do you smell?
A fresh river. Like the one that used to run through Frankton.
Popcorn. Our old couch.
Why are you guys even answering? Come on, let's go! Please!
I'm trying to drive away. Is he on a tank? The perfume tank.
Do you not have a taste for my perfume? Pity. The boys like it though.
Oh my god.
Look, the camera's there. It's got a hand on her,
Kiss is
too.
here. He's so proud of her.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It smells horrible.
You tell him. Nostalgia sucks. I mean, nostalgia's good in doses, but it can become an addiction.
Actually, it's beautiful.
It's childhood. It's my first computer. It's the paper of the first book that moved you.
Precisely! It's nostalgia. put it in a bottle and sprinkled it on things I want people to find.
What? What? Oh my
Look,
god.
look, it's a
They're
Pokemon card.
bouncing.
It's a Tamagotchi in an old console. And it's a comic book, clearly meant to be a copy, I think, of Superman #1. By the way, I'm a Digivice nerd, just so you're aware. Look, it's a Charizard. Pretty good, funny, fake Charizard, too.
What is happening?
It's what brought all of you here. It's intoxicating.
Well, it doesn't work on me. So whatever you're selling, I'm afraid we're going to pass. Guys, let's go. Grab Alex.
I told you. You can't touch him. Ladies? I want what's best for you. Call that my own nostalgia.
So the only one who gets out of this is Michael and Claudio. But those two idiots immediately get dragged in. Assumedly, the camera's influence is what's keeping Michael here. So this is the moment that Chandra officially has done something in the plot of YIIK. I didn't think I'd fucking see it happen. But
I'm so proud of her.
I know, it's honestly immediately turned me around on Chandra because she had a moment. And now I know that unlike everyone else, she is repulsed by the idea of nostalgia. That clearly as a character, she is looking forward. She is attempting to persist. That is characterization. That's good, YIIK. Good job. Clap, 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 clap.
How tempting was it to shoot Alex for the sake of shooting Alex?
Oh, you think I'm not going to shoot Alex? I'm going to shoot Alex as much as possible. Bang!
Sexy cop down.
Yeah, this is a great fight. Wonderful.
I didn't think I would be getting Camp King, Perfume King.
I know. The Perfume King, which is obviously a proto-alex type, which I always argued that the best thing they could have done was had more instances of Alex fighting himself. So having this occur, wonderful.
And he is a nostalgia themed and perfume themed and a sexy cop costume and on a tank.
Yep, the only problem is the fact that he is not, like, they didn't remake this dungeon to be more based around him, because that would have been better than this fucking ghost thing.
I love his little action sprite.
Oh yeah, I didn't even mention this. Chandra has the ability to copy element, which I fucking don't have any answer for why you care. The element system does kind of matter, but I haven't cared about it. This slow bleed thing is... it just makes you bleed less, but bleed is not that threatening, so...
Do you think that the reason the item consumption and the difficulty suddenly spikes up in this dungeon is because you're supposed to have Chandra who has more efficient item use?
I mean, even then, you can only use items in combat that benefit from her ability, so it's not like you get better action economy. Most of the items I was using out of combat because of the fucking goo. Bang! Pretty easy fight. Fun. Got a glow-in-the-dark hoop.
I don't like Chandra's animation.
You were pretty tough, after all. She's still materializing, so I guess I'm not immortal for now. Well, no matter. She'll see to it when she's better. Thanks for the nostalgic beating, bro.
We're not done kicking his ass!
Oh, Michael.
Bring
Are you looking at
him
Michael?
back!
Are you looking at Michael?
So do you know how
Did you ever see
powerful
the
Michael
episode of
is?
Serial Experiments Lane?
Why are you bringing up anime right now? After what we just saw?
Oh That's
Very good line for Claudio.
No, I get what he means.
Really? Please tell us, Michael.
He's trying
Michael.
to say what can't be said.
Uh-huh.
It's the same
Michael.
feeling as Final Fantasy VII.
Oh my
We tried
god.
to reach for the memory of Genova and it's gone. We can't discuss it without thinking of...
Uh-huh.
What is that face?
What was I talking about?
It's a good face, Michael.
Michael, what's that face?
I don't know, Michael.
Video games and anime.
Chandra, you're so funny.
Let's just leave this cave and get to Mark's.
Uh-huh.
He'll know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that guy?
I don't know.
The elder Toguro? Or Siegfried?
Oh, interesting.
That's not quite right. Close, though.
Hi, camera.
Oh, they're still like that?
You just gotta beat him.
Michael, you know what to do. Michael, show us your awe-inspiring power. That's a funny little... Oh. Bonk. Bonk. Uh-oh.
No! No!
Michael, so powerful. He has punched the game into breaking. I don't even know why. I don't know what happened. I don't know what caused it. It's the moment that the thing, he hit the punch, it went down, and then it fucking crashed. This is where I started laughing wildly. Because Michael broke the game.
Messaging me.
This is when I
That's so good. That is such a good end to a horrible dungeon.
Oh yeah, that was fantastic. It was interesting. It was weird. I think I've now pieced together several details that the Nostalgia King or the Perfume King was what was like leading Alex on, that he is being driven through forces outside, that Essentia is playing a game we do not understand. And they have actually now begun to put pieces to imply that, rather than just having the last moment of the game go, actually, oh, and Michael's like, Essentia's pretty sus, bro, like 3 times. Yeah, so don't worry about it. I didn't do anything past this point. I just saved. And after refighting the boss fight, nothing interesting happened, although I did, in fact, get to shoot Alex again, which was deeply satisfying. So, thanks, Michael. Thank you for giving me that opportunity to do it a second time.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Chandra.
Thank you, Chandra.
Claudio.
Thank you, Chandra, for finally mattering to the plot. Thank you, Claudio, for being more important. Thank you, Michael, for being the true hero. Oh, so how did you feel about that episode in which we mostly ignored while I ranted about nonsense?
I mean, I had a good time ignoring that horrible dungeon, and then that fight was amazing. I love the Perfume King.
It was a fun little mechanic. I don't know. I feel like it could have maybe been a tad harder, considering everything else was kicking me in the nuts, but that was fine. I was
Oh
just
yeah,
having fun.
that was a very easy fight. Perhaps it would have been harder if the sexy cops had been allowed to act, but you took them out immediately.
I've been thinking, if I hold on to all my footage, which I might not be able to do unless I get myself another SSD, I could probably cut together just the important narrative bits and make like a hyper condensed video of what happens in IV, so you don't have to see 45 minutes of dungeon. That could be kind of fun. YIIK I.V. the movie. Well, whatever. Yeah, so I hope whoever the hell's watching this enjoyed it. It was fun. I officially am up to date on content, so now I have to record more. And
oh wow.
I'm not looking forward to having to talk to that goddamn old man where he's gonna prattle on for 20 minutes about heavy metal, and I'm a metalhead. What do you...
You'll just be talking over him about all the ways that he's wrong.
Yeah, that we do the song thing, and that will allow us to access Vela's dungeon, which I can't wait to see what it's like in there. I think that's also when we get the skateboard.
Can't wait for the skateboard, and you can finally get all those other sections of the mine dungeon.
More upgrades. That's what I was about to say. It's more upgrades, more upgrades. Yay, yippee!
Then we'll only be missing the fireball.
The fire, and what appears there's some kind of electric block that needs to be broken. So that's another version of HM Cut, very original. They really blew their load on that. Well, whatever. Speaking of blowing my load, I hope you enjoyed yourself. Come check out our... No, don't do that. Don't go look at the smut. You'll see a scary fish, and then you'll see something even worse. Boobs.
Oh no! Oh no!